So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix. Welcome to Unacademy. So in these sessions, we are going to start the communication system and you are going to study the communication system like never before. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared ESC examination 2 times, both times in double digit rank. And I have also served as a Group A Gazetted Officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. And I have also cleared a lot of public sector examinations. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy and I really feel proud to be the part of the Unacademy team, because Unacademy is the revolution in the field of free education and in the field of affordable education, and we as a team are really looking forward for every student to just come onto the Unacademy platform. You can attend the special classes, you can come onto this YouTube channel and you can stay connected with us so that you can understand the quality education and you can understand the efforts that we are putting in, so that every student of this country, whether he stays in a village or he stays in a town, should get the access of the content, that too in a very affordable prices, and he can also or she can also clear the examination with the best possible ranks. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy with more than 15 million watch minutes in the overall duration and 2 million watch minutes in the last 30 days. So I am right now the top educator in Unacademy across all the branches, having rank 4 right now. And you can also follow me on Unacademy on this particular link. So you can go and follow me on Unacademy. Apart from that, my advice to every student is that how should you crack the examination and what are the components to cracking the examination. So the first question that comes to the mind, that can anyone prepare from the YouTube? Yes, you can prepare from the YouTube, but you should develop or cultivate some habits in yourself. For example, you should be very much disciplined. You should arrange the extra resources. For example, the PDFs you have to arrange, the test series you have to arrange by yourself, and most importantly, that self-discipline you should be containing in yourself, so that you can be very corrective manner and you can approach the examination in the best possible manner. So all these things you have to arrange yourself. The sense of competitiveness you have to cultivate in yourself, because the audience on the YouTube are not that much of competitive in nature, or maybe you cannot feel the competition which is present right now. So all these things are the part of the journey if you want to prepare through the YouTube, or maybe if you want to prepare through the free resources. Apart from that, if you want that you should get complete content, then this is the YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel itself, all the free content are available. You just have to go to the playlist. All the subjects are completed there. You just have to go and watch all the lectures one by one. Definitely will be getting benefited. But the extra things that I have told you, that the self-discipline and the sense of competitiveness and a lot of things you have to arrange by yourself. If you are comfortable in that, then you can do that. Apart from that, you should also have Unacademy learning app, so that the special classes you can attend. A lot of educators in this country are actually providing the special classes, that too absolutely free of cost, so that you can get the quality content in the best possible manner. Apart from that, there is also another component for you, which is Unacademy Plus. So on Unacademy Plus, what is your job? You just have to study. If you join this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to worry about the crash courses, weekly test, doubt solving sessions, the language barrier, rank improvement batches, live classes. So all these things will be taken care by the Unacademy. You just have to take the Unacademy Plus subscription and you have to come on to the Unacademy. You will be daily getting the live classes. You will be getting the crash courses. When you will be getting the crash courses? When the syllabus are completed. You will be getting the weekly test in the form of quizzes. Every fourth class is the doubt solving session, which is the major you can say the component or the major impact will be creating on your studies will be this doubt solving group. Because until and unless your doubts are not being cleared, until and unless you are not able to clear your doubts, you will never get the confidence in the subject. So once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, every fourth class is doubt solving session. Apart from that, various other doubt solving sessions are going on. So ultimately you will be getting your doubts cleared and you will gain confidence in the subject. The language barrier will not be an issue, because the batches will be running both Hindi and in English, and rank improvement batches will also be there. So all these things are the component of this Plus subscription. Once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to be worried about your self-discipline, your competitiveness nature. Everything will be present on Unacademy, because a lot of other students will be there. Since the classes will be live, you can also watch it recorded later on. So the discipline automatically comes, because you get the idea that you will be having the daily live classes. Apart from that, there is also one iconic subscription. In this iconic subscription, the game changer is this personal coach. So this subscription is for them who thinks that their basics are weak, or those who are talented but they needs a continuous push. So this personal coach will be guiding you throughout your study. He will be giving you the study planners. You will be getting the study booster sessions. Once you will get the test, you will be getting the analytics. Analytics plays a major role in improving yourself. We as a teacher also get our analytics so that we can improve on the daily basis. So once you start getting the analytics, you will be also improving massively on the daily basis. Apart from that, there will also be the guidance for the mains once you clear the prelims, and there will also be the guidance for the interview once you clear the mains. So once you take the Iconic subscription, all the benefits of the Plus are included by default in this. And if you take the Plus subscription, then also these things will be included in that, though, so that will also create impact in your preparation, so that you just have to study. Rest of the things will be taken care by Unacademy. So now let us start the class and let us understand what we have to study in this particular topic.
Hello friends, welcome to this lecture of communication system. So in the last lecture we discussed about the FSK and we saw the FSK transmitter. Also we discussed about the various cases of orthogonal FSK, in which we discussed two cases for coherent FSK and one case for non-coherent FSK, and we discussed that coherent FSK or non-coherent FSK has nothing to deal with the coherent or non-coherent receiver. Coherent FSK means both the transmitted sinusoidal pulse will have same phase. Non-coherent means they will have different phases. Now in this class we are interested in the receivers, so we want to study the BFSK receivers. So there may be two types of receiver. One is coherent receiver and another one is non-coherent receiver. So the coherent receiver will again have a matched filter based receiver and correlator receiver. So let us try to understand it. First of all, let us understand a coherent receiver for BFSK. So we will have two types of coherent receivers. One is matched filter based receiver. Another one will be correlator based receiver. So let us try to understand first of all the matched filter based receiver. So in the matched filter rates based receivers, we are talking about the orthogonal FSK receiver. So we know that FSK signal has S of t equal to S1t, which is a cos 2 pi f1t, and it will be in the duration of 0 to tb. This is when 1 is transmitted. Similarly, S2t will be a cos 2 pi f2t in the duration 0 to tb when 0 is transmitted. So this S of t will be transmitted wirelessly somewhere in the channel. This white noise will get added to it, and the very first block will be matched filter. So again the unit impulse response of the matched filter will be S1 of tb minus t minus S2 of tb minus t. Then the next block will be sampler, which will perform the sampling at t equal to tb. Then we will have decision device if this is y. Now if y is greater than lambda, it decides in the favor of 1. When y is less than lambda, it decides in the favor of 0. So we know that if we consider the probability of 0 transmission and 1 transmission equal to half, and channel noise is white noise or zero mean Gaussian random process. If it is white noise, so it will have power spectral density as n0 by 2. So this will be the power spectral density of white noise, and the filter which is used is matched filter. So in this case we know that the probability of error, which is minimum of minimum, becomes q of under root of ed by 2 n naught. And what is ed? Ed is nothing but the energy of the pulse pt, and pt represents the differential pulse energy. So the differential pulse energy will be s1t minus s2t, and we have to calculate its energy. So it will become 0 to tb s1t minus s2t whole square dt. So it becomes 0 to tb s1 square t plus s2 square t minus 2 s1t s2t into dt. So this can be written as 0 to tb s1 square t dt plus 0 to tb s2 square t dt minus 2 times 0 to tb s1t into s2t dt. So it is representing the energy of pulse s1, and it is representing the energy of pulse s2, and it is representing a product. Now we have considered that s1t and s2t are orthogonal because we are concerned about the orthogonal FSK. So we know that when any two signals are orthogonal in the same duration, then their inner product is always going to be 0. So this expression becomes 0. So finally ED becomes 0 to TB S1 square T dt plus 0 to TB S2 square T dt, or you can write it as ES1 plus ES2. So the difference energy becomes A square by 2 TB. We know that energy of S1 is A square by 2 TB, and energy of S2 is also A square by 2 TB. So it becomes A square TB. So probability of error, which is minimum of minimum, becomes Q of under root of A square TB by 2 n naught, or you can also write it as Q of under root 0.5 A square TB by n naught. So the probability of bit error for orthogonal FSK becomes probability of error minimum of minimum, and it becomes Q of under root of 0.5 A square TB by n naught. And if you have to calculate the probability of error for non-orthogonal FSK, so I'm just giving the expression. The derivation is not important. You can simply mug up this formula if it comes somewhere, though it is least important, but you can relate the formula from here, that in case of orthogonal FSK, here the factor will be 0.5, and in case of not orthogonal FSK, here the factor will be 0.6. So this is all about the matched filter based receiver. So now let us try to understand what will be the drawback of this particular matched filter based receiver. So let us try to understand the drawback of matched filter based receiver. So in this case the drawback remains same, that when transmitted sinusoidal pulse undergoes phase change as it reaches the receiver, then matched filter is not able to maximize signal to noise ratio at sampling instance and probability of error increases. So due to phase synchronization problem, at the receiver, probability of error increases. So this is the problem in the detection of the binary FSK. So by how much amount this probability of error must increase, or what will be the quantification of that probability of error, that we can always judge from the correlator based receiver. So we know that whenever we are transmitting the S of t, so this S of t is transmitted wirelessly. Somewhere in the channel white noise gets added up. Now from here our correlator based receiver starts. So now we have divided the correlator based receiver into two branches. So from here we will multiply it with a signal phi 2t, which is under root of 2 by tb cos 2 pi f2t plus theta, and here also we will multiply it with another orthonormal basis function, which is root 2 by tb cos 2 pi f1t plus theta 1. So now let us try to draw the constellation diagram. So the constellation diagram, we know that constellation diagram is geometrical representation of signals, and with the help of orthonormal basis function we can represent a signal or a waveform as a point in the constellation diagram. So we know that our S of t in this case is S1t a cos 2 pi f1t in the duration 0 to tb whenever 1 is transmitted. Similarly, you can write it as S2t, which will be a cos 2 pi f2t in the duration 0 to tb whenever 0 is transmitted. So if you will calculate the energy, so this energy for signal S1 comes out to be a square by 2 into tb. Similarly, the energy of the pulse S2 will also be a square by 2 tb. So energy will be same, so the energy I am denoting it as EB, because both the pulses are representing the energy of sinusoidal pulse in 1 bit duration. So you can calculate the value of A here, and this comes out to be under root 2 EB by TB. So I can write my S of t as S1t, which is equal to under root of 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi f1t in the duration 0 to tb whenever 1 is transmitted. Similarly, you can write it as under root of 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi f2t in the duration 0 to TB whenever 0 is transmitted. So this S of t can be written as S1t equal to under root of EB, and this you can write as root 2 by TB cos 2 pi f1t in the duration 0 to TB whenever 1 is transmitted. Similarly, you can write S2t, it will be equal to under root EB root 2 by TB cos 2 pi f2t in the duration 0 to TB whenever 0 is transmitted. So very clearly you can see from here that this particular expression represents an orthonormal basis function, and it is also representing an orthonormal basis function. So you can see that the energy of this orthonormal basis function in the duration TB is 1, and this energy also matches with the energy of second orthonormal basis function. And you know that since S1t and S2t are orthogonal functions, or we can say the sinusoids of different frequency will be orthogonal function in 1 bit duration, so you also can conclude that this phi 1 t into phi 2 t dt will also be 0, because when you will calculate this phi 1 t into phi 2 t, so ultimately it will become the product of cos 2 pi f1 t and cos 2 pi f2 t. Since we are already considering that this particular two waveforms are orthogonal in nature, that is why this can be considered. Or you can say that this phi 1 t and phi 2 t are forming a set of mutually orthonormal signals. So you can see that since there are two signals, so frequency of these two signals are different, so we will always need a different orthonormal basis functions. In case of ASK, only amplitude was changing, so that is why we needed only one orthonormal basis functions. In case of PSK, since phase was changing, so we needed at least two orthonormal basis function or only two orthonormal basis functions. Based upon the two orthonormal basis function, we can represent any PSK, whether it is 2 array or M array. But in case of FSK, you can see that every symbol or every signal will differ only in frequency, and if they are differing in frequency, then obviously we will have to form new phi t for every signal which is having different frequency. So this S of t now can be written as S1 t, which is under root of EB phi 1 t in the duration 0 to TB when 1 is transmitted. Similarly, S2t will be under root of EB phi 2t in the duration 0 to TB when 0 is transmitted. So geometrically we have to represent two orthonormal basis functions which are perpendicular. So I can write one geometrical axis phi 1t and another geometrical axis phi 2t. These two functions are geometrically orthonormal, or we can say that they are geometrically orthogonal. So whenever we have to represent any pulse in the geometrical form, so we know that the axes will always be in the form of orthonormal basis functions, and all the orthonormal basis functions are perpendicular geometrically. So these two phi 1t and phi 2t are geometrically perpendicular. Now suppose I have to represent my waveform S1t, so I will travel a distance of under root EB on phi 1t axis. So I will obtain this point as S1t, and you can write its coordinate as root EB comma 0. Similarly, if you will travel a vertical distance of under root EB on this phi 2t axis, then you can obtain its coordinate as 0 comma root EB. So you can see that the distance from origin towards the point represents the under root of the energy, and the distance from origin to this particular point, which is S2t, is representing its energy. So energy can always be calculated from here. Now you can see that there are only two points in the concentration diagram, so you can also use the probability of errors formula, which is Q of under root of ED by 2n0, and this particular distance between these 2 points D12 will represent the under root of the difference energy. So this can be written as under root of D12 square upon 2n0. So if you will calculate D12 square, so this distance is EB, this distance is also EB, so it becomes under root of EB plus EB, or under root of 2EB. So the probability of error becomes 2EB by D12 square will become 2EB by n0, or it becomes Q of under root of EB by 2n0. You can see that EB is nothing but a square TB by 2, sorry, this will be EB by n0. So EB is nothing but a square TB by 2, so you can write this formula as a square TB by 2n0. So this is the formula of the probability of error from the concentration diagram also. So also you can see that the concentration diagram in case of FSK is two-dimensional in nature. So this concentration diagram is two-dimensional in nature. Now this probability of error can also be written as Q of under root of EB average upon n0. and we have already calculated the EB average for FSK, and it comes out to be A square TB by 2. So these are the different formats of writing of the probability of error. Now let us see what is the drawback of this matched filter based receiver. What is the drawback? We know that when transmitted sinusoidal pulse undergoes phase change as it reaches the receiver, then matched filter is not able to maximize signal to noise ratio at the sampling instance, and probability of error increases. So the binary FSK also suffers from the problem of the phase synchronization, that if phase synchronization will not be present between the transmitted and received signal, then there will always be going to the increase in the probability of error. So let us try to understand that by how much factor this probability of error increases. So for that we will use correlator based receiver. So for correlator based receiver, we will transmit our message signal we will transmit the modulated signal S of t, and somewhere in the channel white noise will be added to it. So once white noise is added to it, it will now travel to the receiver. So from here two branches are divided. So this is the first branch, this is the second branch. We know that we multiplied it with a locally generated carrier, and the format of that carrier we generally put in the form of orthonormal basis function. So I am writing this function as root 2 by TB cos 2 pi f1t plus theta. Similarly here also I am writing as root 2 by TB cos 2 pi f2t plus theta. Then it will be passed through an integrator which integrates in 1 bit duration. Similarly this is also passed through an integrator which integrates in 1 bit duration. So this output I am writing it as x1t, this output as x2t. So the output of the integrator will be written as y1t and y2t. Then we will use the sampler here. So this sampler is used here, and both these two are synchronized and they are performing samples at t equal to TB. So they are sampled at t equal to TB. After that this output becomes y1, this becomes y2 plus minus. So the output becomes a new random variable z, which is the difference of y1 and y2. Then it is given to the decision device. This is lambda. Now this z and lambda decides whether 1 is decided or 0 is decided. So this is the complete setup of correlator based receiver for binary FSK. So here we have considered that the transmitted sinusoidal pulse differs from the locally generated carrier by the factor of theta, or you can say that the phase is not completely synchronized between the transmitted carrier and locally generated carriers at the receiver. So now let us try to the analysis part. So this part is important. This you should understand very carefully, that if you know that this ST is equal to S1t, which will become A cos 2 pi F1t, and S2t will become A cos 2 pi F2t. This will be in the duration 0 to TB. This will also be in the duration 0 to TB. This is when 1 is transmitted. This is when 0 is transmitted. Now somewhere in the channel noise will get added to it. So it will become A cos 2 pi F1t plus WT into A cos 2 pi F2t plus WT. So this addition will also be between 0 to TB. This addition will also be between 0 to TB. This is when 1 is transmitted. This is when 0 is transmitted. Now this ST plus WT reaches at the input of the receiver. So if you watch closely, then this ST plus WT now gets divided into two branches. So here also we get st plus wt, and here also we get st plus wt. So we have to do the analysis based upon the 1 is transmitted or 0 is transmitted. So suppose in the case 1, I'm considering let 1 is transmitted. So if 1 is transmitted, then this st plus wt becomes a cos 2 pi f1t plus wt. So in this case, this st plus wt here and here both becomes a cos 2 pi f1t plus wt. So in this case, x1t will become a cos 2 pi f1t plus wt, and it gets multiplied with wt. So I am writing it as phi 1t. Similarly, so this multiplication will also be obviously in the duration 0 to tb, and x2t will become, here also you will have a cos 2 pi f1t plus wt, and it gets multiplied with phi 2t. So this will also be in the duration 0 to tb, and it is happening only when 1 is transmitted. So I am calling this particular function as phi 1t and this particular function as phi 2t. So you can write your x1t as a phi 1t cos 2 pi f1t plus wt phi 1t, and x2t becomes a into phi 2t cos 2 pi f1t plus wt into phi 2t. So from here you can also calculate y1t, which will be 0 to tb x1t dt. So y1t becomes 0 to tb a into phi 1t cos 2 pi f1t dt plus 0 to tb wt phi 1t dt. So we know that this particular expression, we have already been considering it as a random variable n of t, and let me call this as n1t. So this random process n1t will always have 0 mean, and the variance of this n1t will become n0 by 2. And also whenever this n1t is sampled at t equal to tb, so it results in a random variable n1, and since this particular n1t is 0 mean Gaussian random process, also it is 0 mean WSSRP, so the mean of the random process will be same as the mean of the random variable, which becomes 0, and the variance of the random process becomes same as the variance of the random variable, and it becomes n0 by 2. So this much we know about this n of t. Any orthonormal basis function when gets multiplied with white noise and you integrate it from 0 to tb, so such type of noise always possesses these special qualities which we are discussing from the very start. So finally our y1t becomes 0 to tb a phi 1t cos 2 pi f1t dt plus n1 of t. So this is the y1. So let me solve this particular expression separately. So it becomes 0 to tb a under root 2 by tb cos 2 pi f1t plus theta into cos 2 pi f1t dt. So from here you can take this a under root 2 by tb outside, and the integration becomes 0 to tb cos 2 pi f1t plus theta into cos 2 pi f2t. Now I will divide it by 2 and multiply it by 2 so that I can use the formula of 2 cos A cos B. So it becomes a by 2 root 2 by tb, and it becomes cos 2 pi or 4 pi it becomes cos 4 pi f1t plus theta plus cos theta in the duration 0 to tb dt. Now we know that this f1 into tb is always an integer multiple of k, so this overall integration between 0 to tb becomes 0. So you get under root of a square by 2tb into cos theta into tb. So you get from here a square tb by 2 cos theta, or I can call it as under root of eb cos theta. So this y1t becomes under root of eb cos theta plus n1t. So now we have analyzed this y1t. So y1t has been analyzed completely. Now let us try to analyze this x2t, and based upon that y2t. So this x2t was a phi 2 cos 2 pi f1t plus wt phi 2. So it becomes a phi 2t cos 2 pi f1t plus wt phi 2t, and this was in the duration 0 to tb. Now we again know that this y2t will become 0 to tb x2t dt. So this y2t can be written as 0 to tb a phi 2t cos 2 pi f1t dt plus 0 to tb wt phi 2t dt. Again, this particular expression is white noise multiplied with orthonormal basis function and integrated from 0 to tb. So you can always call it a noise, and this noise will have some special qualities, which is zero mean, it will be a Gaussian random process, and it will be WSSRP. Also we know that this expectation of n2t will be 0, and sigma square n2t will become n0 by 2, and since it is WSSRP, and if sometimes it is sampled at t equal to tb, we get another random variable, and the mean of that random variable will be 0, and the variance of that random variable is going to be n0 by 2. Now we have to analyze this separately. So let us try to analyze this. It becomes y2t 0 to tb a phi 2t is root 2 by tb cos 2 pi f2t plus theta into cos 2 pi f1t dt. We know that since this tb is f1 into tb is also integer, f2 into tb is also integer, or you can say that in this tb duration this particular signal has also integer number of cycles, and this particular signal has also integer number of cycles. So you know that whenever we multiply two different sinusoids, two sinusoids with different frequency, then their integration is always equal to 0. So whenever you will multiply two different two sinusoidal functions of different frequency, and such that in the duration in which both have integer number of cycles, then the integration is always going to be 0. So let me repeat once again that whenever you will multiply and integrate two sinusoids of different frequency in such a duration such that in that particular duration both the sinusoids are having integer number of cycles, then the integration always becomes 0. So this y2t becomes 0 and it can be written as 0 plus n2t. So we have obtained y1t as under root of EB cos theta plus n1t and y2t as 0 plus n2t. So both y1t and y2t will be sampled exactly at t equal to tb. So both will be sampled at t equal to tb, and we will get the random variables y1 and y2. So this y1 becomes under root EB cos theta plus n1 and it becomes n2. So whenever 1 is transmitted, we get the random variable y1 as under root of EB cos theta plus n1 and y2 as n2. So this is the random variables y1 and y2 when 1 is transmitted. Now same analysis has to be performed for transmission of 0. So as we started from here, that for 1 is transmitted, then we perform the analysis. Now we have to do the same analysis for the transmission of 0. So in the case 2, we are considering let 0 is transmitted. Let 0 is transmitted. So if 0 is transmitted, then this st plus wt becomes a cos 2 pi f2t plus wt. Now again we have to obtain the x1t and x2t. So x1t in this case will become a cos 2 pi f2t plus wt, and it will be multiplied with phi1t. This is in the duration 0 to tb. This will also be in the duration 0 to tb. And x2t will become a cos 2 pi f2t plus wt into phi 2t, and it will be in the duration 0 to tb. So this x1t and x2t can be written as a phi1t cos 2 pi f2t plus wt phi1t in the duration 0 to tb, and this x2t can be written as a into phi2t cos 2 pi f2t plus wt phi 2t. So we know that in order to calculate y1t, we will have to integrate 0 to tb x1t dt, and in order to obtain x2t, you have to integrate x2t. So initially I am integrating x1t. So upon integrating x1t, I got 0 to tb a phi1t cos 2 pi f2t dt plus 0 to tb wt into phi1t into dt. So this we have already discussed about what is this. So let me call it directly as n1t. So we have to simplify this expression. We know that it will become 0 to tb a root 2 by tb cos 2 pi f1t plus theta into cos 2 pi f2t dt. So again we can use the same property that we have to integrate the multiplication of two sinusoids of different frequency in such a period such that in this particular period both signals are having integer number of cycles. So both signals are having integer number of cycles, so this is going to be 0. So the value of yt becomes 0 plus n1t. Now let us calculate y2t. So y2t will become 0 to tb x2t dt. So this y2t becomes 0 to tb. x2t can be written as a phi 2 cos 2 pi f2t dt plus 0 to tb wt phi 2. So here also we very well know about this. It becomes n2t. So this y2t can be written as 0 to tb a under root 2 by tb cos 2 pi f2t plus theta into cos 2 pi f2t dt. So we are analyzing this particular expression. So you can take this a under root 2 by t outside and you can divide it by 2, so that you can make 2 cos a cos b format, and whenever you will make 2 cos a cos b format, it becomes plus cos theta. Again, you know that since f2 into tb is m, or tb has integer number of cycles of f2, so this particular expression becomes 0, and you can write it as a by 2 under root 2 by tb cos theta into tb, or you can write it as a square tb by 2 cos theta, or it becomes under root of eb cos theta. So y2t can be written as under root of eb cos theta plus n2t. So whenever 0 is transmitted, you can write your y1t as 0 plus n1t and y2t as under root eb cos theta plus n2t. Now both these are sampled simultaneously at t equal to tb. So both are sampled at t equal to tb. So from here you get the random variable y1 as random variable n1, and random variable y2 will become under root of eb cos theta plus n2. So finally you can say that whenever 1 is transmitted, for the transmission of 1 we get y1 as root eb cos theta plus n1 and y2 as 0 plus n2. Whenever 0 is transmitted, we got y equal to 0 plus n1 and y2 equal to root eb cos theta plus n2. And we know that the expectation of n1 or n2 both are 0, and the expectation of the variance of both n1 and n2 is n0 by 2. So this much we already know. Also you can say that if 1 is transmitted, then the input of the decision device is the random variable z, which is y1 minus y2. So we can calculate its mean. The mean of z will be expectation of y1 minus expectation of y2. So you can calculate from here that it will be under root of eb cos theta, because when you will take expectation of y1, expectation of n1 becomes 0, and when you will take expectation of y2, this expectation of n2 becomes 0. So z becomes under root eb cos theta. Now if I have to calculate the variance, so we know that since n1 and n2 are independent random variables, because what is your n1t? n1t you are obtaining by multiplying the white noise with some orthonormal basis function phi 1t. This operation is absolutely separate. Similarly, this n2t you are obtaining by multiplying white noise with another orthonormal basis function phi 2t. So these two operations are not affecting each other, so we can say that these two random processes are independent, or eventually these two random variables will be independent, because these two processes are independent. Wt is reaching at the input of both the multipliers, so from the diagram you can also see that. See, this Wt is reaching to both the multipliers, and one multiplier is multiplying is phi 1t, another one is multiplying phi 2t. So these two operations are completely independent, they are not interdependent. So that is why I am considering this particular n1 and n2 to be independent with each other. So now, if this n1 and n2 will be independent with each other, so sigma z square can be simply written as sigma y square plus sigma y2 square, and it becomes n naught by 2 plus n naught by 2, or you can write it as n naught. Similarly, if 0 is transmitted, so in that case z becomes again y1 minus y2. So in this case, expectation of z becomes minus under root of EB cos theta, because from here you can see that for 0 transmission case, expectation of y1 becomes 0 and expectation of y2 will become root EB cos theta, and when you will subtract them, so it will become minus under root EB cos theta. Similarly, if I have to calculate its variance, since n1 and n2 are independent, so y1 and y2 will also be independent, because n1 and n2 are associated with y1 and y2, or you can say that simply because y1 and y2 are functions of n1 and n2. So that is why when n1 and n2 will be independent, this y1 and y2 will be independent, and this root EB cos theta is a constant, so it does not affect the independency. So here also you can write it as sigma y square plus sigma y2 square, and it becomes n naught by 2 plus n naught by 2 equal to n naught. So for z we can write that the expectation of z is root EB cos theta when 1 is transmitted, and it is minus EB cos theta when 0 is transmitted, and the variance for both cases becomes n naught and n naught, whether 1 is transmitted or 0 is transmitted. Now let us consider that the probability of 0 transmission and 1 transmission is same, and we are using white noise in the channel which has zero mean Gaussian random process, and we have correlator receiver. So the probability of error minimum can be written as q of mu1 minus mu2 upon 2 times sigma z. Here I am not writing sigma y because the random variable at the input of the decision device is z in this case. So this particular mean can be called as mu1, this particular mean can be called as mu2, because we know that in case of correlator receiver, whenever we have to calculate the mu1 means the expectation of the random variable at the input of the decision device with respect to the transmission of 1, and mu2 means the mean of the random variable at the input of the decision device with respect to the transmission of 0, and sigma z we have already calculated. Now if I will put the value of mu1 and mu2 with the help of the correlator receiver, or if mu1 or mu2 has been calculated by the help of correlator receiver, then this probability of error minimum becomes further minimum, and you can write it as q of mu1 minus mu2, so it becomes 2 under root EB cos theta, and sigma z becomes under root n naught. So this minimum probability of error can be written as q of under root EB cos square theta upon n naught. And what is EB? We know that EB is a square TB by 2. So this probability of error can be written as q of under root a square TB by 4 n naught cos square theta. So this is the probability of error. And from here you can notice that this cos square theta lies between 0 to 1. So this q of under root of a square TB by 4 n naught cos square theta will always be greater than the q of under root a square TB by 4 n naught. So whenever the phase synchronization is disturbed, or the transmitted signal and the received signals undergo some phase difference, in that case the probability of error will increase, and this is the exact value by how much amount the probability of error is expected to increase. So that is it from this lecture. In the next class we will discuss about the M array FSK.
So hopefully we have understood every concept in this class. If you have any doubt in any concept, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll try to resolve that thing. Apart from that, you can also follow me on various social media platforms. For example, you can join this Telegram group where you will be getting important notification, important updates. This is Telegram group where you can also comment, you can ask your queries, or maybe you can also suggest me for the improvement. Apart from that, this is my Unacademy profile. On this Unacademy profile, you should also follow me so that you can get the important updates of the Unacademy also, right? And this is the Notion page. You just have to type this tiny.cc/VishalGate. So you will be redirected to a page where all the special classes are arranged very systematically. तो मैंने बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स पे स्पेशल क्लास ले रखी है. फॉर एग्जांपल नाइक्विस्ट, फूरियर सीरीज, latches and flip-flop, double integrations, okay, lot of things are there. So you will be getting all these concepts absolutely free of cost. You just have to type this in your URL, you will be redirected to that page and attend these lectures one by one. You will be getting a next level confidence in these topics that I can guarantee you. Now this is the Notion page of your YouTube, on which you will be getting the links of the YouTube. Apart from that, you will be also getting the PDFs of that particular lecture. So this is very important for you, and just you have to type http://bit.ly/gatelive. So gatelive, you just have to type it in the capital so that you can access all the lectures link and PDF arranged systematically. So if you want to attend or you want to clear the examination with the free resource, then this is the channel for you. This is the best recorded videos which has been ever made. You just have to go to that lecture, just click the link and download the PDF and start studying systematically. So we have also done this for you so that any student, whether he is sitting any part of this country, should not face the difficulty in cracking the examination, whether he can afford or he cannot. Now if you can afford, then the subscription prices are not something which you cannot pay. It is very nominal amount which you can pay, and you can just avoid all the distractions, all the time wastage which we will be doing in downloading those PDFs, arranging them, arranging for the test series, and a lot of other things that you have to arrange, doubt solvings you have to arrange by yourself. If you want to avoid all those distractions in a very nominal amount, so you can go for the Unacademy Plus subscription. For 12-month subscription, you have to pay only 74 rupees per day. Apart from that, for 18-month subscription, which is the best possible subscription, you have to pay 63 rupees per day. It is even lesser than the pizzas that you order on your home. So it is that much of amount that can shape your career, that can give you the best possible rank in the examinations under the guidance of the best teachers of the country, which has been right now placed on the Unacademy. Now 24-month subscription will cost you 54 rupees per day. So these subscription amounts will give you the subscription for the desired period. Apart from that, if you are using this code, you just have to remember this code, write my name, write GATE after it. You can also write ESC after it. So you have to write my name and write ESC after it. So any one of these code, once you apply, you will be immediately getting the 10% discount. You will be getting all the features of the Unacademy. You will be getting the guidance of all the teachers present on Unacademy, and everything you will be getting that is needed to crack the examination once you are using this code. So if you think we are working hard, we are giving our best content, we are giving the free content absolutely for you guys, and everything that is needed for every student to crack the examination. So never forget to use this code whenever you are taking the subscription. So this code is very important and you have to use every time you are taking the subscription. Now those who are interested for the prices, total price amount, so let me tell you, total price is 27,225 for 12 months, 34,650 for 18, and for 24 months it is 39,600. You can also pay this by using zero cost EMI. Zero cost EMI can be paid by credit card and debit card. In debit cards there are only Bajaj and HDFC as of now available. Okay, so this zero cost EMI means you do not have to pay anything extra, any interest is not you should not pay, and you have to pay this much of amount on the daily basis if you are looking for the zero cost EMI option. Apart from that, if you are coming for Iconic subscription, so Iconic mein I have already told you that your personal coach will be the game changer. He will be he will be basically following you to give you the guidance so that you can get the success in a very short span of time. So he will be following you, he will be pushing you every time. Now once you use this coupon code, this will be costing you around 45,225, and if you are using this coupon code, write my name, date after it, you will be getting the 24-month subscription of Iconic in 66,600 rupees. Fine. Apart from that, every one of you should follow this GATE aspirant group, and there also some important notification always comes. Now what are the YouTube channels that you should immediately subscribe? This Creatrix, this is the channel on which you are present. This is Unacademy GATE questions, where previous year questions has been solved by the educators. So you'll be getting all the previous year questions video solution apart from the PDF also. This is the Electrical Junction channel, where you will be getting the important concepts of EC and electrical. And this is Engineering Pathshala, where you will be getting some practical aspect of the videos, some animated videos that will enhance your ability to think. So these are the channels which you should immediately subscribe so that you can get a better content. Fine. Now these are my some YouTube videos which I have created for you. In all of these videos will give you some motivation, guidance, content, and some strategy. So these are hand-picked videos. You can immediately follow these videos. Okay, so thank you so much. And those who are coming on this channel, immediately share all the content which is present on this channel. We are working very hard for you guys, so this is your responsibility that you should share this channel, you should subscribe this channel, also share the link of this channel, link of the videos, link of the educator whom you follow, so that every student who is needy, they can come onto this channel and they can get the best possible rank. So all the best everyone, let's crack it.